Hi, family. This is Carol from Carol's Crew, checking in once again with another tidbit for healthy living. As you can remember, CREW stands for Creating Relationships to Empower Wellness. How were your last few videos for you? Did you learn something new? Did you discuss the information with family and friends? I hope the last segment gave you much food for thought. Today, I want to discuss just how powerful the mind is and its ability to control our cravings. Yes, we all have cravings. And yes, I have a lot of cravings. But we'll get into that. I put as a link to the beginning of this video a video I would like you to watch if you've never seen it. It's called the marshmallow test. If you haven't seen it, please make sure to check out the video. But let me summarize it for you right now so we can all begin on the same page. Essentially, an observer places a marshmallow in front of a child and tells them not to eat the marshmallow until I come back. And the observer also tells them that if they don't eat the marshmallow before they come back, they'll get a second marshmallow. Now that sounds good to you, right? Well, if you watched the video, you saw poor little children scrunching and wrenching their hands and touching the marshmallow, and then some of them actually ate the marshmallow. They just couldn't wait. Now, my question to you is, if someone promised you something and you'd get twice as much of it if they waited, could you wait? Because you know you have cravings and you want to fulfill those cravings. Why was it that some kids had the ability to wait longer than others? We can say maturity level, or we might even say hunger level. But the true power remains in the mind's ability to focus. How would you fare on the marshmallow test? Or if it was a brownie, or a blizzard, or another food item that you really like? Could you wait? Or better yet, would you wait? That's the primary reason I don't go to buffets. When I am a seafood eater, and I don't mean C as in SEA, I mean C like SEE. So when my eyes see food, I want to eat it. And the more I see, the more I want to eat. I know you've been there. If you live in Detroit, you've been to Golden Corral, or for some of those more expensive palates, Texas de Brazil, or Sunday brunch at Granite City. You know where the Sunday brunches are. Do you just get one plate and sit down and don't go back? Or do you go back 2 or 3 times because of something you saw that you just wanted to taste? Like I said, when I see food, it makes me want more. A similar phenomenon happens at Thanksgiving. All that food on the table, and you just have to go for a little piece of this, a little piece of that. And if that was really good, you want to go back and get another little piece. And pretty soon you've got a whole lot of pieces. So just keep that in mind. But it's not just buffets that create your cravings. It's also those television commercials. And the one that sneaks up on me are the specialty items that people used to make. There was a lady when I was growing up. Her name was Mrs. Ward. And she could make a blueberry cobbler like none other. My mother and father loved it. I remember her calling my mother on a Saturday afternoon and saying, I made the cobbler, can you come pick it up? Because of course she didn't drive. She only stayed about a mile from my house, and my mother would send my dad to get it. And boy, was it good eating that day. I love blueberries even now, but now I eat fresh, uncooked blueberries by the handful. Surprisingly, I found the fresh ones just as sweet as I remember the blueberry cobbler to be. I know you say, how could that be? But think about this. Your taste buds regenerate every 2 weeks, and you get new ones. So therefore, if you take 30 years times every 2 weeks, well, the memory is the only thing that's still there. My taste buds have changed 100 times over. So why do we crave the same food? Well, just one child is able to withstand the fluffy taste of marshmallows. You, my friends, are able to withstand being controlled by your cravings by exercising your mind. This is all done through mental determination, and a way to train you even more is through meditation. Meditation is a mental exercise which involves becoming more aware of one's body, breathing, and or the balance of thinking and feeling. Meditation may look different for many people, but the process is still the same, as it requires one to be mindful and self-aware of the temptations at play. Mindfulness or self-awareness and food. What does it mean to be mindful of your food? What does it mean to practice being self-aware of what you are craving and why you are craving certain foods? For some, a craving is your body's natural way of telling you that it needs specific vitamins and nutrients. And people have told you. I have a daughter-in-law that used to eat ice all the time, and people would tell her that she had low iron. I don't know if that's the case or not, but I know that for a wedding gift, she got an actual countertop ice maker, and she would go to town with a cup and a cup of ice most of the day. It was just her way of doing things. But let's not digress. Let's stay on some things. You have food cravings because of you just have memories, like your auntie's pound cake. The question is, do you want the pound cake or the closeness of the aunt? If you say both, or if someone asks, do you have to have both? I think you choose the pound cake is easier to get. Maybe your aunt's not here anymore, or maybe she's further away. But our cravings are often attached to people or to behaviors or to things that we've done in the past. But like I said before, what drives your cravings? Well, there's a multitude of things. First, you are around family and a specific dish is served. This event reminds you of that closeness or that fun time you had, and you desire that special time again. And part of it is to have that food. Doesn't always suffice, but it is what it is. And then it's that time of the year, like at Easter time, the Cadbury chocolate Easter eggs. You see the commercial, or you go in the store and they're there, and you say, it's Easter. They're not going to be here very long. Let me have one. Or has a particular food become part of a daily routine, and out of habit, now you just crave that routine and that memory? Like maybe having popcorn at the movies or chips at night. Those are things that we do because they're part of a routine that we've established, and we know that routines can be changed, right? Are you stressed or tired? Or do you believe the Snickers commercial that says you're hangry? But you got to hang in there a little bit longer. A lack of sleep will also make it so that you want something, you crave something to eat. I remember when I worked midnights, and I only lasted about 3 months. I ate to fall asleep, I ate to stay awake. No wonder my father had such a hard time with his weight loss journey. He worked midnights for about 20 years and never understood, really, he was just tired. And also, my favorite, a lack of water can also cause you to have cravings. You'd rather you're dehydrated, but you want to eat something, but if you drank some water before that, you might not have that craving as much. And then the last one, which is my favorite, or the one I do the most, you crave things or you crave things to eat when you're simply bored. So why don't we try something different? Disobedience is another reason. I have to write a script. That causes me to want to eat. So we're pushed by our internal motivations, and we act on them with food. So are your cravings part of what you really want, or are they things to give you an answer for what you really might not want to do right now? But you need to become more aware of yourself and how you can better deal with that. The better you know yourself, physically and mentally, will decrease the amount of cravings or the control your cravings have on you. Now, don't get me wrong, cravings are real. You must figure out where the stimulus begins. If you recall a previous video, I hope you pondered the fact that eating of food begins in the mind, but does your mind desire food, rest, relaxation, stimulation, or comfort of others? Don't forget your first experience with food still drives what you do today. Whether you were a nursed baby or a bottle fed baby, in order to get that milk, your mom usually held you or someone held you and cooed with you and told you just how good food was, and you've been told that all your life. So no matter how old you are, it's not a lie, but you've already believed that food is good for you, and therefore the more you have, the better you are. But can you change that belief? Do you want to? Let me tell you about my dad, because he creates a lot of cravings for me, even though he's no longer with me. I was a daddy's girl until about the age of 20, and my dad loved food. When I say love food, I mean he really loved food. Food was an invigorating experience with him. One thing he did was make smash sandwiches. You're going to say, what's a smash sandwich? Well, it's a panini sandwich way back in the 1960s. Every Saturday, we would go to Kowalski Meat Market on a street named Conant and get bologna, salami, hot dogs, in the skin and skinless. And you had to order cheese straight from the round. So you had it sliced. Usually he had it sliced slightly medium, so there'd be enough, and we get 3 or 4 different kinds. This was a Saturday routine for us. And then we'd come home and we'd make smash sandwiches. Now, smash sandwiches are when you take a good hamburger bun, not the kind of flaky ones they have in the store now for $1.25 for an 8-pack. And you'd place bologna, salami, maybe some ham, sliced tomato, 2 kinds of cheese with mustard or mayo. And once you got the sandwich all made up, we would take out the waffle iron. And the waffle iron had 2 sides, one for waffles and one was a smooth side. And we would put the smooth side together and we would smash those sandwiches between the 2 sides. Now, some people might say it's a grilled cheese, but it's not a grilled cheese because we actually used hamburger buns and there was no butter on it. We would just smash it and the cheese would melt and you get this sandwich that was half the size it was supposed to be, and then we would eat it. And we would really enjoy it. Today, I still make smashed sandwiches, but they're with different ingredients. I use mushrooms, carrots, onions, tomatoes, green peppers, cucumbers, and perhaps a little avocado. I add some mustard or hummus and smash it all together. So I still eat sandwiches, just not the way I did with my dad. And plus, the Kowalski Meat Market no longer exists. You can go to good meat markets and find Kowalski lunch meat, but it's not the same as going to Kowalski store as far as I'm concerned. So now what do? I go to the farmer's market. I go down to Eastern Market, I talk to the growers, I buy my vegetables, and then I bring them home. And I prepare them. And sometimes they make smashed sandwiches and sometimes they don't. But the interaction is still the same. Saturday mornings, talking to people who love food about the food they make. Now, let me tell you another way to ease your cravings. Today, I had a real craving for some chicken a la king. Now, I haven't had chicken a la king in a long time because Banquet stopped making the boiling bags. So, don't have chicken a la king. But I still was craving some chicken a la king. So, what did I do? I got some potatoes, I stewed them down, put carrots, onions, celery, mushrooms, and other bits of vegetables in them, and I poured it over some rice. And that satisfied my craving. Yes, the stew had a lot of carbs, but I can do that because I'm whole food plant based. But if you don't want to give in to your cravings, try meditation. Some activities I'm finding that just get you out of the craving that you're looking for is going for a walk. Listen to some music outside of your house. Don't stay in your house because the kitchen and refrigerator are there, but go outside. Enjoy the outside, trees, plants, or call up a girlfriend and go sit on her porch. Anyway, you just want to change your scenery so you can change that craving. If all else fails, meditation has the ability to curb cravings. I have a couple of meditation tapes. Some of them talk about healthy eating, but through systematic breathing and listening to someone's verbal prompts, or just having nice quiet music, it allows you to disengage from the current environment. You focus on various systems of your body and shifting the perspective of needing specific food immediately to then design a better reward later. It allows your subconscious mind to identify what you are really thinking of or desiring. You know that subconscious mind is always awake and remembers the information we suppressed or forget. With exercising your mind, you could be able to further withstand eating food out of habit and more intentional about your food intake, or better yet, a more intentional, healthy lifestyle. You may also focus on another goal or project that you're working on. Of course, you also engage in exercise. You definitely can't eat while doing jumping jacks, or you can't eat with a 5 pound weight in your hand. You could also take a walk, get outside, just do some things that you never thought about doing. Call up your nieces and nephews, go play with them. But you are not only what you eat, but you are what you think. And I hope this talk in some way has helped you. You must keep your motivation within eyesight at all times. So I keep a dress or a pair of pants that I want to wear with comfort on my closet door to remind me that the right food is healthy, and above all, you want to be healthy. And you also want to be comfortable in those pants, because when they're too tight, it doesn't work. So until the next time, this is Carol from Carol's Crew, reminding you that you are not what you eat, but you are what you think about. So let's think happy thoughts. Let's create relationships to empower wellness. And if something I said hit your aha button, let me know. As always, like and share me. I want the whole world to be healthy and happy, and I'll see you on another YouTube video soon. Bye.